Hello everyone. In the previous video, I have explained what is this keyword and how this keyword can be used to refer current class instance variables. In this video, I will explain how this keyword can be used to invoke current class method. Okay. So let's understand it directly through an example. So for that, we will need to create a class and it's suppose test class that already I have created. And let's have one method here and it's em1 method. And let's print here this is em1 method. Okay, so here test is our current class, right? And em1 method is current class method. Okay, all right. Now let's invoke this current class em1 method to get an output. But to invoke it, first we will need to call it, right? And we can call this em1 method using object only because this em1 method is instance method, or we can say non-static method. And if I use here static keyword, then it will be a static method. But I want non-static method. So remove this from here. Okay. Now this is non-static method. And remember, non-static method is always belong to an object of a class. And therefore, we can call it using object only. Okay. So let's create an object of test class. Test equals to new test. Okay. And now call it using test class object. Okay. So t dot m1. So when I will execute this program, then at the time of execution, first test class object will create. Because in Java, execution of a program start from the main method. And this is the first statement inside main method. And hence, first control come over here and this statement get execute and test class object will create. And then em1 method get call and will invoke this em1 method and we will get an output as this is em1 method. So let's check it out. Let's run the code. You can see here output is this is em1 method. Now see here this em1 method is a non-static method, right? And this main method is a static method. So here I have invoked a non-static method from static method, right? So basically I am trying to say that we can easily invoke a non-static method from static context using object of current class. And static context means static methods, static variables or static blocks. So basically we can easily invoke a non-static method from static context. But if I want to invoke non-static method from another non-static method, that means let's understand. Suppose if I create one more method here and it's suppose m method. Okay. And let's print here this is m method. Okay. So here both m method and em1 method are non-static method. And now I want to call this m method inside em1 method. Okay. But if I call m method like this, then will it work? Because m method is non-static method and in Java, wherever we want to call non-static method, then every time we need to use object to call it, right? But here I have directly called m method without using any object. So does it valid? So yes, it's completely valid. We can directly call non-static method without using any object. Now question comes that how it become possible. That means how we can call non-static method without using any object, right? So let's understand. Now see here, at the time of execution, when this statement get execute, then internally test class object will create with its own m and em1 method because both m and em1 method are non-static method, right? And non-static methods are always belong to an object. And hence test class object will create with its own m and em1 methods and reference variable t will point to the test class object, right? And then control come over here and this em1 method get call. So here compiler understand that this em1 method is belong to test class object because we have called this em1 method using reference variable t and reference variable t is pointing to the test class object, right? So basically due to reference variable t, compiler easily can call this yum1 method from test class object. That is, compiler can easily get access of this yum1 method of test class object due to this reference variable t. So basically my point is, in Java, to access or to retrieve data from any object, we need reference variable of an particular object. Same as if you want to invite your friends at your home, then you will need to provide location or address of your home to them so that they can easily get access of your home. So due to address, your friends can get easily access of your home, right? Similarly, in Java, to get access of any object or to access data from any object, we need reference variable that pointing to that particular object. In C language, there is a pointer, but in Java, there is a reference variable. So basically, to call objects method, that is non-static methods, we need to use object or reference variable, right? But here I didn't use any reference variable to call this m method, right? So how compiler understand that this yum method is belong to which object? That is, from which object this m method has to call, right? So in this case, compiler implicitly or internally use this keyword as a reference variable to call m method. That is, if we call any non-static method without any object, then Java compiler call it using this keyword internally. That means Java compiler internally add this keyword to the method call. That is this dot m method. And hence we do not need to use any reference variable to call m method because this is also a reference variable which refer or point to the current class object, and hence using this keyword we can call current class methods. And if you simply write like this, then it's also valid, but in this case compiler internally will add this keyword for you, and if you write like this, then it's also valid. Okay, no problem at all. So basically this statement is equivalent to this statement. You can write like this or you can write like this also. Both these statements are valid. Clear? So in this way we can easily invoke non-static method from another non-static method using this keyword. But remember, we can use this keyword only inside non-static methods of current class. And second thing, using this keyword we can call only non-static methods of current class. Okay? Now let's understand the flow of execution of a program so that you can clearly understand how this keyword can be used to invoke current class method. Okay? So in Java, execution of a program start from the main method. Okay. And then the first statement inside main method get execute. So this statement get execute and the test class object will create. After that, control come over here and this yum1 method get call and will invoke this yum1 method. Then control come inside yum1 method and will call this m method and will invoke this m method. Then control come over here and this message will print. Okay. Then control come back over here and will print this message. Okay. And at the end, control come over here inside main method and program will terminate. So let's check it out. Let's run the code. You can see here we got an expected output. So in this way we can use this keyword to invoke current class method. Now let's focus on some interview questions. Okay. So first question is, can we call methods using this keyword? So answer is yes, we can use this keyword to call current class methods. But methods should be non-static. Okay. That already we have discussed. So basically we can use this keyword to call current class non-static methods. And second question is, can we use this keyword in static methods? So you can say no, we cannot use this in static methods. If we try to use it, then compiler will raise an error. Cannot use this in a static context. So let's check it out. So let's call this same yum1 method using this keyword. Okay. So this dot m1 and comment out this line. So here I have called yum1 method using this keyword inside static method. Okay. So let's check it out. Will it work or not? Okay. So let's run the code. You can see here compiler raise an error. Cannot use this in static context. So always keep in mind we cannot use this keyword inside static methods. Okay, that's it. I hope you understand how we can use this keyword to invoke current class methods. In the next video, I will explain how this can be passed as an argument in the method call. Now I am going to end this session. So keep learning, keep growing, and thank you so much for watching.